Hello students, welcome back to Miss Richards' class. Today we are going to be talking about planets and learn about our solar system. Does anybody have any facts about our solar system? Yes, Brayden.
The sun is the center of the solar system.
The sun is the center of the solar system. Good job. All right, anybody else? Yes, Timmy.
The sun is considered a star.
The sun is a star. Good job. All right, next we're going to learn about your I can statements. So I can identify each planet by their special characteristics. I know how the planets orbit around the sun, and I understand the ideas of the planets in our solar system. Okay, so next we are going to watch a little video by Bill Nye. It is very interesting, and please pay attention to this video.
Brought to you by Grandfather Copernicus Foundation, putting the Earth in its place since 1543.
I'm talking to you from the only place we know of where there are living things like you and me. You're alive, right? That's because you're living on the planet Earth. Altogether, there are 9 planets. They all go around the sun in the same direction. If we could get way above the Earth's North Pole, we'd see that they all go this way, the opposite of the way a clock turns, what we call counterclockwise. They're all part of what we call the solar system. Take a look at this. It's a picture of the sun on this television. It's part of our solar system model of science. Now, right here is the first planet, Mercury.
Mercury. The second smallest planet. It has no moons, but plenty of heavy metal.
It's like a hot rock. As we move away from the sun, we'll pass the other planets. There's Venus.
Venus. A real hot house of value. Also no moons, but...
All right, so the first planet that we have is Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. It is one of the smallest planets, and it has this cool thing called a molten core. So that means the whole planet on the outside is a rock like the moon, but the inside is just hot molten lava. And then 1 year on Mercury is only 88 days long. So that's like from January 1st to March 30th. All right, the next planet that we have is Venus. Venus is the second planet from the sun. It is very close in size to Earth, and they are kind of the same features, so it's mistaken for Earth's twin. And it is the brightest object in the sky next to the sun and the moon. So when you go look outside at night and you see the moon and you see a bright star, that is most likely Venus. Third, we have Earth. Earth is obviously where we live. The Earth remains the only planet that has life on it, and it is the third closest planet to the sun. All right, students, so the next planet we have is Mars. Can anybody tell me anything cool about Mars? Yes, Brayden.
It's red.
Yes, Mars is red. Good job. All right, another thing about Mars, it is the 4th planet from the sun. And something really, really cool, it's the only planet that humans have been able to explore with rovers. Can somebody tell me what a rover is? Does anybody know? Yes, Brayden?
Is it like a robot?
It is a robot. Good job. So are these robots with big wheels on them, and they have cameras and microphones all over, and they just zoom around the planet exploring different parts of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so the next planet we have is Jupiter. Jupiter is the 5th planet in our solar system. It is also one of the largest planets in the solar system. It can fit 11 Earths inside of it, so that is pretty big. Another thing about Jupiter is that one day on it is only 10 hours, where one day on Earth is 24 hours. So they have really short days. And the last thing about Jupiter, which is pretty cool, is that it takes 11, almost 12 years to orbit fully around the sun, where it takes like an Earth years. That's how long it takes to go around the sun. Where it only takes us 365 days, which is 1 year. The next planet we have is Saturn. Can anybody tell me something special they see about Saturn? Yes, Brayden.
It has rings.
It does have rings. Can anybody tell me how many rings they see? Sarah?
5.
Nope, close. Timmy?
10.
Nah, very close though, a little less. Yes, Tom?
8.
Nope. Saturn has 7 rings, but everybody was very close. And the cool thing about these rings is that they're not that solid rings. They're made of rocks, dust, and even ice. And they're just pieces floating in the air all together in a ring formation, pulled by Saturn's gravity. Saturn is also completely made of gas, so you can't even stand on it without falling straight through. The next planet we have is Uranus. Can anybody tell me something they noticed about Uranus? Yes, Brayden.
It's blue.
It is blue. Good job. Uranus is the 7th planet in our solar system. It is also known as one of the coldest planets because it's so far away from the sun that it gets barely any heat. Another thing about Uranus is that it has 13 rings. But unlike Saturn, their rings are way further apart and they're way thinner. All right. Up next, we have Neptune. Neptune is one of the furthest planets from the sun. It takes 167 years for Neptune to fully go around the sun, which is insane. Neptune is also known for its very bright blue color. All right. Does anybody know this last planet? No? Nobody knows? Okay, well, this last planet is actually no longer considered a planet. This is Pluto. Pluto used to be considered a planet, but now because it's so small, it's really not considered a planet anymore. It's more considered just a star or just a ball of rock like a moon. Next up, we are going to do an orbit activity. So when I call your name, please come up and you're going to have to tell me something, a certain characteristic about the planet that I give you. All right, so first we have Saturn. Brayden, can you stand up here, please? All right, so you're going to be Saturn. Can you give me 2 characteristics about this planet?
Does it have 7 rings?
It does have 7 rings. Good job. And what's the second one?
It's made of a gas, so I can't stand on it.
Good
I just go right
job. Yes, perfect. All right, here you go. And you're going to stand over there. Perfect. So I have the sun, and you guys are going to orbit around me like the planets do in the solar system. So you're going to orbit around counterclockwise, and I am going to tell you some characteristics about more planets or even ask you a few questions to answer. All right, you guys ready? All right, perfect. Let's go. All right, orbit counterclockwise. All right, so what color is Neptune?
Blue.
Blue, good job. Okay, who is Earth's twin?
Venus.
Venus, yep, good job. Okay, what is a cool thing about Uranus?
It has a lot of rings really far apart.
Yep.
Really far from the planet.
Perfect. All right, and another thing is the sun is actually considered a star. So it is just closest to us, so it's very bright, but it's considered a star. So all the stars that we see really far away are just like the sun. All right, another thing about our solar system is that there could be many other solar systems out there, but since they're so far away, we can never get to explore them. Another thing about our solar system is that most planets have moons around them. And I know Uranus actually has 8 moons that orbit around their planets. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can stop and go sit down. Thank you for your cooperation today. Okay, so you are going to have a project to do now. I want each of you to come up with a planet, and you're going to take a paper like this, and you're going to draw and color your planet. And then on the back of it, you are going to write some characteristics and facts about your planet. And then on next Wednesday, we are going to present it to the class. Come up one by one. And if you need help presenting, just let me know. But I will be right here if you need any questions at all. There are also some resources like NASA resources, fun games, and other facts that you need to know about all the planets on my Google Classroom. So just log on to your laptops that you take home, get on Google Classroom, and all of them will be under the planets category. Have a great week.